It's Have I Got News for Your Ears, the show that breaks down all the news of the week. I'm Michael Ian Black. Joining me today are producers of Have I Got News for You, Jim Biederman and Jodi Lennon. Today, we're talking about all the fights, both inside and outside of the ring, surrounding USA's 250th Wrestle Jam Fair that was supposed to feature performances by people you sort of have heard of. We're going to talk about who's getting promoted over at the Pentagon. I'll give you a hint. White guys. Plus, Scott Pelley goes to war over 60 minutes. And yeah, it's a big episode. Lot to get into. It's Have I Got News for Your Ears, the podcast extension of the Have I Got News for You cinematic universe. I am your host, Michael Ian Black, joined today by Have I Got News for You producers, Jodi Lennon, Jim Biederman. Hi, guys.
Hi, Michael.
It's been 2 weeks.
I know you read it like it was yesterday.
Well, I read it. I wanted there to be some surprise, like because I said today. Yeah. Like maybe there'll be somebody new and exciting.
Right. Who do you think people would be excited to see sitting here?
I mean, pick any random person out of the phone book. You remember phone books, right?
Yes, fondly.
You know, the war in Iran has been great for this podcast. Just it gives us something to talk about.
You're
you
right.
know,
you're so right.
It's the real will they or won't they
situation. It is. I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
It's been the gift that keeps on giving. Now, 2 weeks ago, I think you and I said we were going to bomb.
Yeah.
And Jodi said we were not.
Right.
And I think we were both kind of right.
Right.
Because we have bombed.
Again, we're all kind of right.
Which is as it should be.
Because I said also that he was just going to fix it. Like he was just going to act like it was over.
Right. Which
he
has been doing.
Yeah.
His latest thing, you see this yesterday, was he finds the peace talks boring.
Shocking.
Very boring, I think is the phrase he used.
As you know, not my favorite guy, but I got to be honest with you. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Sure. I understand how negotiations can probably be boring.
Tedious.
Probably, sure, but he's not negotiating. He's not in the room.
He's not.
But how do you think he receives the information?
Because they come in, sir, because they all saw him, sir, would you like to hear the latest update?
They should make like a comic strip out of it.
They should.
What would that comic strip be? You mean like in the funny papers, like for a newspaper?
No. For him to be able to.
Right.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's just like, and then they're like, I've got an idea. And they're like, here's my peace offer. And they're like, zoink.
I like it.
Boing.
Lots has happened.
I don't know. I'm barely paying attention.
I understand why he's bored with the peace talks because he's got much bigger fish to fry.
Well, there's a UFC event that's about to happen.
UFC event, but also after that, following that was 16 days of celebrating
the country.
Oh, right.
He was going to do a 16-day county fair. I think
it's been a lot of things.
It was a national state fair.
Yes.
Right. That was the idea.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is going to be.
Yeah.
This is going to rival Live Aid. As the concert to end all concerts.
Yeah. Well, then you know what?
Earlier this week, 9 artists were announced as performers for a concert series in D.C. in honor of Americans' 250th birthday. As of today, that number is down to just 4. Morris Day, Young MC, Martina McBride, the Commodores, and Bret Michaels of the band Poison all say they won't participate. Many say they were misled about the nature of the event and its political affiliation. The event has been organized by bipartisan nonprofit Freedom 250. A spokesperson said the group is focused on engaging and welcoming all Americans. Fab Morvan of Milli Vanilli, CNC Music Factory member Freedom Williams, and Vanilla Ice will still be performing. Flo Rida is also slated to perform. It hasn't confirmed that publicly.
So Fab Morvan is still in.
You know, I wish I could say that, but then this happened this morning.
Oh, no.
This is not what I signed for. You know, I'm here to bring people together with music. I'm not into politics. So you hear it first here. I'm not attending June 26th celebration.
I do want to point out that the audio wasn't good, and if only we could have it dubbed.
I was going to say he's not attending, but his lips will be. I'm a huge Morris Day fan.
Of course.
Huge Morris Day fan.
And always have been.
I always have been. I think of these Prince bands, or whatever they are, Morris Day and the Time, fantastic. I was really disappointed to see he was going to.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, what are you doing, Morris Day?
Mm-hmm.
But was it going to be just Morris Day?
There's just Morris Day. I don't think
no Jerome.
Jerome was not going to be there, which is another which is the disappointment of having Morris Day do it, and then the other disappointment that Jerome was not going to do it with him.
You cannot have Morris Day without Jerome.
Correct.
You can, by the way, you can have Jerome without Morris Day. Jerome without Morris Day showing up. It's like, hey, it's Jerome. Great. Morris Day shows up without Jerome? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, that's true.
You're right.
That's true. Morris.
Jerome comes over here like, have a sandwich.
Yeah, and he brings his mirror. It was really disappointing. I was like, oh, why is he doing this? I was very happy to see him be the first one, I think, who said, I'm not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So people are just dropping like flies because they didn't know politics
it was political. That was their
on
argument.
it.
That's obviously the blowback has been bigger than anyone expected.
But Vanilla Ice is still going to do it.
Oh man, I'm not gonna get dragged into that. I'm here to party with America, man. Music is made to bring people together, and that's what we're here to do, man. We're just gonna represent the '90s. But I don't think that it should be about any political thing or anything like that. I don't even vote, so I don't even care. And if Biden called up, hey, and he said, my daughter's getting married, we need Vanilla Ice, I'd go play. It's not a big thing. You play for your fans. You know, we don't get a chance to pick our fans; they pick us. And I'll go play for Putin, and I'll play in Iran if you want. It don't matter. There's fans everywhere. Music is not political, man. It's universal. I'm from the 80s and 90s. We didn't take all this mess so serious. I mean, we were all wearing Z Cavricis, and, you know, it was serious. We had fanny packs and ripped our back seats out and put in subwoofers. Come on, man.
I thought music was designed to scare away the darkness and the demons. That's what I thought music originally started.
Yes.
And secondly, he's a whore.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, he's a whore. Of course he's a whore.
It looked like he was in a T-shirt factory.
He doesn't need the money. He's made millions of dollars in real estate.
Yeah, he's a really
Oh yeah,
successful
he's
guy.
like a flipper, isn't he?
He
Yeah,
had like
now he's actually literally
A carpenter,
what do you call him?
a construction worker,
No.
an architect.
No, he's not, definitely not an architect.
A real estate
developer.
agent.
Oh,
He's
a
a developer.
developer. I just would like to point out in the 80s and 90s, because I was there too.
Same.
People very much did
I remember
care.
when you ripped out your back seats for the
Didn't
subway.
you
Well,
love
yes.
the 80s, Michael?
I was, I understand what you're doing. You're making a reference to a television show I was on called I Love the 70s, 80s, 90s, etc. And for the record, I love the 80s.
So this event is, it's a big embarrassment for Trump.
Everything is a big embarrassment.
No, but
for
he's
Trump.
now personally, well, fine. We won't have it at all. That's his.
Right.
And he has that roller
No one's coming to my
coaster in
birthday
his
party?
yard.
Well, guess what? I won't have a birthday party.
But he has the roller coaster that he's built in the
I know.
yard.
We're watching. If you're listening and not watching, we're looking at the White House roller coaster.
Here's the clip.
Here's Trump's response to that. He said, we should have a giant Make America Great rally instead of this concert for $250, instead of having overpriced singers who nobody wants to hear, whose music is boring, and yet who do nothing but complain. Cancel it. I understand artists are getting the yips having to do with their performance on Wednesday. So I'm thinking about bringing the #1 attraction anywhere in the world, the man who gets much larger audiences than Elvis in his prime, and he does so without a guitar. The man who loves our country more than anyone else, and the man who some say is the greatest president in history, the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Why is he shitting on the musical performers that he invited
Right.
to come play? He extended the invitation to terrible music artists, according
It
to
was
him,
his
whose
idea.
music is boring and nobody wants
and now
to hear.
all of a sudden they're overpriced.
Now they're overpriced.
This is posted somewhere on CNN. Freedom 250 is a White House organization launched by executive order to create Trump-driven alternatives to the events planned by the nonpartisan United States Centennial
Rolls off the tongue.
Commission, America 250, the announced lineup and blah, blah, blah. And many of them share the same booking agent in one named Jeff Epstein of Universal Attractions. Epstein did not respond to repeated requests for comment. Because you know what? He's dead.
No, it's not that Jeff Epstein.
So
right?
the guy, the agent for most of these acts is named Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
Everything's crazy.
Jeff
Yes.
Epstein. Jeff. I like the fact he's like, you know what? I'm just going to call myself Jeff. No one will ever. But your name's Jeffrey. Your mother called you Jeffrey. I understand, but it's just not good right now. So just on all the press, just put Jeff Epstein.
Just put Jeff.
No one will make the
So
connection.
But your business card still says Jeffrey.
I know. We're not going to give them out.
Wanda, come in here. Wanda.
What is it?
I need new business cards.
Why do you need a new business card?
Because the Jeffrey Epstein thing, it's not good.
Do you want just Jeff Epstein? How
Great,
about that?
Wanda, great
I'll
idea.
get the white out. So he represents Milli Vanilli?
A majority of the acts.
The majority of the acts.
He's really got
That's
a great lineup.
I bet that guy,
Yeah.
Jeff Epstein,
Uh-huh.
I think
Look
he
up
makes
his net
some.
worth.
I bet he makes a mint.
Universal
Look up-
Entertainment.
It's
what is it?
Universal. That's what-
Attractions, right?
The Universal
God,
attractions.
the word attractions is in.
Well, because you know what? They're all pieces of meat.
What I didn't understand, and what that little story illuminated, was there's already a sesquicentennial commission. There's already a sesquicentennial commission.
Yeah, America 250. Freedom 250 is the White House.
Right,
Oh, and
that's
then
what I'm
there's
saying.
America 250.
Is the nonpartisan version.
Oh, so it's even more confusing than I
Yes,
thought.
correct.
God, they're assholes. We're having fun, aren't we?
We are.
Well,
I've missed
but the
you
story
guys.
doesn't end.
Oh,
it
I
keeps
know.
going.
Yeah. So here we go.
According to new filings, President Trump bought between $15,000 and $50,000 worth of stock in the parent company of UFC, while the White House is preparing to host a giant UFC match on the president's birthday. Now, no surprise, a spokesperson for the White House said, anything they do, they're only acting in the best interest of the American people, and the president's assets are in a blind trust that's managed by his children. But this has us asking, yet again, which we do almost every night here, is this White House for sale?
I think asking the question answers the question.
I like the blind trust run by his children.
Yeah, there's like a caveat.
You know.
So now are all plans scrapped? What is he going to do with the roller coaster?
The UFC's still happening.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But there's even controversy about that. I mean, a separate and apart.
Why?
Separate and
On
apart.
what fucking grounds?
On the White House grounds. Separate and apart from the fact that they're hosting UFC at the White House, there's also, they're filling the stands with military members, 4,000.
Why? What happened to the tickets for sale?
Well, interestingly, there's no tickets for sale,
Oh.
but the military has, if you want to go to this thing and you're in the military, you have to pay your own way to get there. You have to show up, and there is a weight restriction. You have to be a certain height and weight.
It's coming up. We have this clip.
Okay.
We have the clip of no fatties.
It's literally a no fatties
the no fatties
event.
thing. Okay.
It's a no fatties event.
Yeah, we have this clip.
But they're serving funnel cakes.
Well, yeah, Trump's going to be there.
Here's this story.
U.S. troops could score free tickets to a UFC fight at the White House, but only if they meet strict weight requirements. New guidance says that service members must pass body composition and physical tests to qualify, including a specific waist to height ratio. Officials say the rules align with new military fitness standards that are focused on readiness. One defense official says the message to troops hoping to attend, no fatties. That's a quote.
I like the golden triangle of waist to height.
It's
very Grecian. The amount that Trump shits on our military, and I am not a military. I don't like the fact that we have to have a military. I don't like any of those things. I appreciate what they do when they do it. But to take away their health benefits, to take away their pensions and veteran affairs benefits,
Right.
to make them travel on their own dime to this thing,
Mm-hmm.
to, in some cases, promote some of them and then the next day deport their wives.
Sure.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
So are you specifically anti-military?
I am against, I think, the lion's share of our annual budgets
Yes.
going to what I feel is...
You think $1.5 trillion a year is a little too much?
$1.25 trillion would be fine. I think I don't think it makes us all the various. It's not safer. It's not whatever. I think we get more power through soft power than we do through, as evidenced by the Strait of Hormuz, fucking bombing the shit out of other people.
What's been interesting to me about the military, since the war in Ukraine, is because I've been paying attention now to what's going on there. And the rise of drone warfare
Yeah.
has revolutionized warfighting in the same way, I'm guessing, like the introduction of tanks revolutionized warfighting at the beginning of World War I. And now it sort of seems like, I'm not sure I understand the value of a massive military anymore.
There isn't one.
It may not exist anymore.
So I would equate it more to the air fighting in end of World War I and also World War II. The idea of supremacy from the air. It's a similar logic, except it's now supremacy from really cheap technology. It does two things. One, while it probably limits the death toll to a certain, it also, the people who do get killed, they become a number. There's no emotional attachment because you're not a soldier in the field killing. You know what I mean? I'm not arguing for.
I think you're making the argument, if I'm not wrong, that there's a psychological separation
Correct.
between the warfighters.
That's what I meant to say. I also meant to say sesquicentennial.
Yeah, and you said it almost beautifully. But apparently that's not true. Like these drone operators are suffering from PTSD. Yeah, it's like it's a real problem. And I know this because when we were talking about American drone warfare operators, when that was starting to happen, and they were operating out of like these little Quonset huts in Nevada and bombing targets in Iraq, and then they would leave the Quonset hut and drive home to their houses in like Las Vegas, and they couldn't make that adjustment from what they were just doing to suddenly being mom or dad at home making dinner. And it was really fucking people up. And that's understandable.
But getting back to the military, the expenses, yes, I think that this is going to change things dramatically.
It has to.
But at the same time, you have idiots like Hegseth who
are
worried about people being fat.
Yeah. And, it's just like, it's such a slap in the face to tell these people that they can't go.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be the same to me as I said, hey, no alcoholics running the Pentagon.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hold that thought. And while we're on a quick little break, why don't you click follow, click subscribe, become a member, get exclusive content, the whole thing. It's delicious.
So what's our next story, Jim?
This is fun.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has blocked the promotions of at least 7 Navy officers selected by a board of senior admirals, appearing to target women and minority officers. The new list contains no women, according to the New York Times, despite them making up about 21% of the active duty Navy. Pentagon rules say he can only pull officers from promotion lists for fitness-related failings, but officials say the targeted officers appear to have been flagged for past involvement in diversity programs. The move is part of a broader pattern. Nearly 60% of senior officers Hegseth has fired or sidelined are women or black.
I think it's a coincidence. Can we give the guy the benefit of the doubt, please?
Yeah, you know what?
Can we give the guy
I was so ready
with the white nationalist tattoos the benefit of the doubt?
Michael, you really make a good point because I was so ready to jump down that guy's throat.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to turn it around.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to right the wrong.
Yeah. Oh, wait, how much did I do? Oh, no, that's not right. We have to re-enlist them. So the president, we know, has immunity. Thanks to the Supreme Court.
I forget about that.
Now, if you're a senator or you're a House member, or unless you or Department of, what does he call it? War?
Don't even use that term. Secretary of
War.
Yeah.
You can't get you can't get tried for things you did while under the.
Oh yeah, you can. But
right?
But Trump's going to give a pardon to everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's just going to be...
No, but let's say Trump leaves, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but one day he will leave. And then before he leaves, I mean, after he leaves, someone goes after Hegseth at that point. On what grounds can they... I'm very confused as to what legally can be done.
I have a question. I heard a story and that he was going to pardon 250 people.
Oh, yes.
Leading up to the 250th.
Always a branding. There's always branding.
He's always thinking.
I love it.
He's gonna pardon a sesquicentennial of people.
Exactly. So when does that all start to happen? Is it really going to happen?
I think it would have started, right?
Yeah, going 250 days back, unless he's going to do 2 for 125 days.
The problem is the list of names was in the peace settlement contract, so he didn't read it.
He didn't read it.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Got bored.
We know like the top tier, right?
The top tier are the ones that give him checks for $5 to $10 million.
And there's 250 of them.
Well, he's pardoned a lot of them already.
Right.
Fraudsters,
Right.
Medicare, white care criminals
Right.
and deviants of
Yeah.
all manner.
Yeah.
But low-level criminals who
Right.
can't pay him money,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about.
Are they even human?
Oh,
Because he pardoned all the Jan 6 people, right?
he sure did.
So
and,
then,
and a lot of them have been rearrested.
right.
That's true for other assaults and
Other assaults and maybe not as surprising, but a fairly high number of child
yes,
pornography.
Yes. It's always that. Like
Uh-huh.
it always comes back to, and what Trump has really done of all his branding exercises that have.
He's really mainstreamed pedophilia.
What he's mainstreamed
God.
is projection as to what I do onto you.
Right.
I mean, he's really without fail. Without fail.
Well, it's
everything
like,
does.
it's like when you're attracted to certain kinds of people, certain kinds of abusers. If you've got abuse in your life and then you're attracted to abusers,
Right.
that's what Trump's fans are. They see him
Yeah.
as what I think you just said, paradigmatic of their own trauma and deviancy and fetishes and weirdness and criminality, which is why so many of them support him
Right.
because they recognize themselves in him.
Right.
He's a bad daddy.
I think I said this on the podcast before, but
Very
there's a
bad
podcast called The Idiot, New York Times, by M.
Yes.
Gessen,
Yeah,
who is
M. Gessen.
terrific.
Yeah.
But it's about his cousin who hired somebody to kill his wife, the
Yes.
cousin's wife.
Yeah.
And while the cousin is in prison, Gessen and him sort of reconnect.
Yeah.
And the cousin says he has not met a single Democrat in prison, which I found fascinating. Because what he's suggesting is that the party of, criminal justice reform.
Law and order.
Well, but the Democrats are like criminal justice reform. Like they make a big deal about trying to help incarcerated people.
Yeah.
But the criminal, I think, associates themselves far more with the criminal element they recognize in this Republican Party.
Right. So there's a big to-do over at 60 Minutes.
Yes, there is.
And it ain't because the show's good.
What?
It's great. They did a thing on Thursday, which they have now dubbed Black Thursday, where they fired a lot of journalists, producers, the executive producer of the show, the senior managing editor of the show, Sharon Alfonsi, I think is her name. She was the one who did the story on the CCOT.
The El Salvadoran prison.
That got held back by a woman named Barry Weiss.
Okay.
We've talked about Barry Weiss before. She has been put in charge of CBS News on an editor at large, or
she's the head of CBS
chief
News.
editor. No, she's not the head of CBS News. There's a guy named Tom Chabrowski, who's head of CBS News, who she does not report to. She reports to Ellison.
So then
she's the managing editor of CBS News.
Okay, but that would make her essentially the head of CBS News. If she's not reporting to the head of CBS News, she's the head of CBS News.
I guess so. Yeah. So, if you're gonna get technical, sure. But I think she has no broadcast journalism. She has no journalism background.
That's right.
She's an opinion editor or writer.
Opinion writer.
And she started a thing called the Free Press, which was successful as a subscription thing.
Successful in that it was a bribe delivery system for her.
Again, you're getting technical on me. She fired all these people and then hired a new person to run 60 Minutes.
Right.
A guy named Nick Bilton, who was a former Times, just like Barry Weiss, former New York Times. I think he was a tech journalist.
Yes.
He's now a screenwriter.
Not a guy who should be running 60 Minutes.
Correct. Also, no experience in broadcast journalism or arguably journalism.
Mm-hmm.
A little slightly more held in high regard than Barry Weiss, but not by much.
Mm-hmm.
So she hires this guy. Everyone, across the board goes, what? He then has a meeting on Monday, with the CBS.
The team for breakfast, right? A breakfast meeting. Those are never good on a Monday.
The worst.
By the way.
The worst
Don't
day to have
start your week this way, guys.
And Scott Pelley, one of the senior, up there with Leslie Stahl, one of the senior correspondents, I would say also with Anderson Cooper, except Anderson Cooper resigned.
Right.
Scott Pelley basically took this Nick Bilton guy to task in front of the entire staff. Yeah. So here's the story.
Long-time, highly respected 60 Minutes correspondent Scott Pelley today blasted efforts by his bosses, Barry Weiss and David Ellison, to hollow out the iconic, hugely successful, critically and commercially CBS News show 60 Minutes. Status News reports this, quote, Pelley started grilling Barry Weiss's handpicked new executive producer of the program, Nick Bilton, about what he dubbed Black Thursday, referencing the day last week in which Barry Weiss carried out mass firings, terminating Tanya Simon as executive producer, ousting Sharon Alfonsi and Cecilia Vega as correspondents. Quote, she's murdering 60 Minutes. She does not love this place. She was brought in to kill it. And she's doing exactly that. In the meeting, Scott Pelley pointed out that Barry Weiss has, quote, no qualifications for her job, and told Bilton, the new guy, quote, you have slender qualifications for this job. Charles Farrell, a top Weiss deputy and managing editor of CBS News, interjected then, telling Scott Pelley that he was being, quote, rude. He said this, quote, this is not actually productive. Quote, this is not an interview. Pelley shot back, quote, it's working for me. Farrell, the guy on the evening news side, interjected again, responded again by calling Scott Pelley, quote, rude. Pelley shot back, quote, I'm not being rude. I have some pretty, you know what was rude? Black Thursday. That was the absolute definition of rudeness, Pelley said.
Someone recorded this entire exchange.
Of course.
And it's been released.
They're journalists.
And it's exactly.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. They should have said, Pelley should have said, or Nick Bilton should have said, this is all off the record, right?
Yeah. They're always, they have access to a memo, a notes memo app at all times.
What made me laugh about that story was at the end, Bilton walks out and shoots back to Pelley. Enjoy the bagels.
Yeah. Well, everybody's saying that's the new fuck you.
Fuck off.
That's really good. Enjoy the bagels.
Because we've all been there where it's just a bunch of sad tubs of flavored cream cheese.
Yeah, and really shitty bagels.
But also, as he was walking down the hallway, applause erupted.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Right? For Pelley.
For Pelley.
Standing up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Pelley apparently at one point said, I think it was this Charles Farrell guy said, you're done or something like that. And he goes, no, I'm not done. Actually, I've got more questions. And he just kept, and even Bilton tried to say, like, okay, we can talk about this later. No, we're going to talk about this now in front of everybody. Like, it was apparently a performance like that you would see in a movie.
Wow.
And Nick Bilton got very uncomfortable, as he should.
As anybody would.
As anyone would, anyone who shouldn't have that job would.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what's become very obvious is, and Bilton's response was very like, we're going to move it into the future. It's like, we had 2.5 billion views on social media last year, the show, CBS 60 Minutes. We've done our increase from last year 9% in our ratings. We had 9 million viewers or some crazy thing on our last, average. What part are you going to fix?
Mm-hmm.
What part's broken? We've already ventured into it. It's interesting.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back. So, as long as we're predicting things, does Scott Pelley work at 60 Minutes next week?
So
Jodi?
the big rumor is that he's actually going to resign because it's like, that's it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or they're going to have to fire him.
I'm guessing he's going to make him fire him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. And haven't they said for the good of the show, they're open to, the ongoing changes? Like Leslie Stahl, Pelley, they've all said, we're not just going to leave.
Right.
I think, right? And that they're open to the next phase of the show. In other words, they're also probably not going to make it easy because not only is it just them, they come with a team of people. To your point, there are researchers, there are senior producers, there are machines of people that have been part of the process of making that show, deeply entrenched in the production.
They are the
of that
institution.
show.
Those people are the institution. Yeah.
They're the deep state.
They're the deep state. They are.
Let's just cover this one. And
I know, and you want to get to the story because you're a big Casey Hunt fan.
We have breaking news as we come on the air. The Justice Department saying just within the last few minutes that it, quote, strongly disagrees with the decision to block, at least temporarily, the president's $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. but confirms that they will abide by that decision and put it on pause. This fund is something that's caused major friction among Republicans. It's basically prompted senators to grind things to a halt over concerns the money could go to people who assaulted police officers on January 6th. Senate Majority Leader John Thune told our team on Capitol Hill about an hour ago that the administration should just, quote, shut it down.
But I mean, about all things, they should shut down.
I mean, that's the
all
thing.
things.
It's like, wait, the Senate's kind of ground to a halt as opposed to what?
Right. I mean, as opposed to just rubber stamping whatever he wants them to do.
I mean, this one really, it's interesting that this is the hill they're going to die on, where it's like, really, all the other shit's fine.
Well, I mean, can we consider it a straw?
I hope.
And there's a back that Trump's camelback, or you just think
Maybe, right?
maybe?
I don't think so.
Well, they took his name off the Kennedy Center.
By court order.
Court order.
Yeah.
Not the
Court
Senate.
order.
Court order.
Court order.
The court order him to take his name off, and he did.
You know why? You know why they took his name off? No fatties.
Perfect way to end. So I want to thank you, Jodi Lennon,
Oh, thank you, Michael.
for everything you brought to the table today. Jim, again, always appreciated. Just tremendous work. Thank all of you for watching Have I Got News for Your Ears, or listening to, however you're consuming this podcast. We'll be back next week. We release new episodes every Wednesday. You can follow us on Apple, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts, or you can watch the VODCAST on Spotify, or even better, on the Have I Got News for You YouTube channel. And we'll see you next week on a brand new episode of Have I Got News for Your Ears. I'm Michael Ian Black. Goodbye. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the Hignify YouTube channel and be sure to click the bell to stay on top of all our great content. Even better, become a member for exclusive content, early access to videos, members-only shoutouts, and more. Click the join button below.